For decades, Disney's empire was built on storytelling. Animated classics, blockbuster movies, beloved characters, and television franchises formed the foundation of one of the most powerful entertainment companies in the world. Films created the characters, television expanded the stories, and merchandise carried those brands into everyday life. But in 2026, something interesting is happening inside Disney's business. While headlines often focus on streaming platforms, movie releases, or franchise expansions, the real engine of Disney's financial strength is increasingly something much more physical. It's theme parks. In fact, Disney is quietly rebuilding its empire through theme parks. To understand why this strategy has become so important, you have to look at how the entertainment industry has changed over the last few years. For a long time, media companies believed streaming would become the center of their business. Platforms like Netflix, Disney+, and others raced to attract subscribers with massive content libraries and expensive original productions. Disney invested heavily in this strategy, launching Disney+ and pouring billions into new shows and films tied to franchises like Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar. But streaming turned out to be a much tougher business than many companies expected. Producing high-quality content is extremely expensive. Competition between platforms became intense, and subscriber growth eventually slowed in many markets. Profit margins were often thinner than traditional media businesses. While streaming remains strategically important, it has not replaced the profitability of some of Disney's older divisions. And this is where theme parks come in. Disney's Parks and Experiences division has quietly become one of the company's most powerful revenue generators. Disney parks are not just amusement parks. They are highly immersive environments designed around Disney's intellectual property. Visitors are not simply riding attractions. They are stepping into worlds inspired by beloved stories and characters. Places like Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, Avengers Campus, and immersive lands based on classic Disney films allow fans to physically experience the stories they grew up with. This kind of experience is something streaming platforms cannot replicate. Watching a movie at home is very different from walking through a fully designed environment where those stories come to life, and that difference is becoming increasingly valuable. Another reason Disney is focusing heavily on theme parks is the economics. Theme parks generate revenue in multiple ways simultaneously. Visitors pay for park tickets, hotel stays, food, merchandise, special events, and premium experiences. A single guest can generate hundreds or even thousands of dollars during a multi-day visit. This creates a powerful business model. Unlike streaming subscriptions, which generate relatively small monthly payments, theme parks produce large, high-margin revenue from individual trips. In addition, Disney parks benefit from something extremely important: scarcity. A streaming service can theoretically add millions of new subscribers quickly. But theme parks have physical capacity limits. Only a certain number of visitors can enter the park each day. This limitation allows Disney to manage demand carefully and adjust pricing accordingly. In recent years, Disney has introduced new pricing strategies, premium reservations, and paid fast access systems that allow guests to pay extra for shorter wait times. These changes have increased revenue per visitor significantly. Another factor strengthening Disney's theme park strategy is global tourism. Disney parks attract visitors from all over the world. Families often plan entire vacations around visiting Disney destinations in places like Florida, California, Paris, Tokyo, and Shanghai. These trips are not just casual visits. For many families, they are once-in-a-lifetime experiences. That emotional significance gives Disney enormous pricing power. People are often willing to spend large amounts of money because the experience feels special and memorable. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of Disney's theme parks is how they reinforce the company's entire ecosystem. Every new film, series, or character can eventually become part of the park experience. When Disney releases a successful movie, it doesn't just generate box office revenue. It creates intellectual property that can later become rides, themed lands, merchandise, and live entertainment. In other words, the parks extend the life of Disney's stories. A film might dominate the box office for a few months, but a successful attraction can generate revenue for decades. For example, rides based on franchises like Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Toy Story continue attracting visitors long after the original films were released. This ability to transform stories into long-term physical experiences gives Disney a strategic advantage that few entertainment companies can match. In 2026, Disney is doubling down on this strategy. The company has been investing billions of dollars into expanding and upgrading its parks around the world. New attractions, themed hotels, interactive experiences, and technologically advanced rides are being developed to keep visitors returning again and again. Disney is also integrating technology more deeply into the park experience. Mobile apps, digital reservations, interactive games, and augmented experiences are making visits more personalized and immersive. These tools also allow Disney to manage crowd flow, optimize spending opportunities, and create more customized experiences for guests. Another interesting aspect of this strategy is resilience. The entertainment industry can be volatile. Movie performance varies year to year, streaming competition is intense, and media trends can change quickly. But theme parks operate on a different timeline. They represent long-term infrastructure investments that generate consistent revenue over decades. Even when individual films or shows fluctuate in popularity, the parks continue attracting millions of visitors every year. In many ways, the parks serve as the physical anchor of Disney's empire. They provide stable revenue while reinforcing the emotional connection between audiences and Disney's characters. Ultimately, Disney rebuilding its empire through theme parks in 2026 reflects a deeper insight about modern entertainment. Digital content may dominate headlines, but physical experiences still hold enormous power. Streaming can deliver stories instantly to billions of people, but theme parks transform those stories into environments people can walk through, explore, and remember for the rest of their lives. And that combination of storytelling, immersion, and real-world experience is something very few companies in the world can create at Disney's scale. That is why, even in the age of streaming and digital media, the future of Disney's empire may still be built on something surprisingly traditional. Places where stories are not just watched, but lived.